Finally lie down after a long day. Your body sinks into the mattress. The room is quiet for the first time in hours. But then something strange begins to happen. Not sharp pain, not panic, just a subtle feeling that something inside your body feels off. Maybe your chest suddenly feels heavier for no clear reason. Maybe your breathing starts feeling strangely noticeable. Maybe your legs feel restless the second you stop moving, and somehow your mind becomes more awake in the dark. You try relaxing your shoulders, you close your eyes tighter, but your body still refuses to fully settle down. And the strangest part is how predictable it becomes. You wake up at almost the exact same time every night, sometimes around 2 a.m., sometimes 3 a.m., sometimes just before 4 a.m. You switch positions hoping something will change, but what starts happening next is where things become difficult to ignore. One night feels almost normal again. You think maybe the problem is finally passing. Your body feels calmer when you first lie down. Your breathing seems slower for a few minutes. You start believing tonight might be different. But then something subtly shifts inside your body again, and the strange sensations quietly return out of nowhere, usually at the exact moment you begin drifting into sleep. Sometimes your heartbeat feels unusually noticeable against the pillow, not fast enough to feel dangerous, but strange enough to pull your attention toward it. You feel a subtle pressure inside your chest, almost like something is pushing gently from within. The sensation is hard to explain to other people because it does not always feel painful. It just feels wrong in a way that keeps you awake. Other nights, your body becomes strangely restless without explanation. Your legs feel like they cannot fully relax. Your shoulders keep tightening against the mattress. You move one arm and then the other. You flip to the opposite side, hoping for relief. For a few seconds, it almost feels better. Then the discomfort slowly starts building again underneath you, and your body reacts before your mind fully understands why. You've probably noticed how impossible it becomes to ignore. The more you try to relax your body consciously, the more sensitive you become to every sensation at night. You notice your heartbeat more intensely. You notice your breathing more deeply. Even the weight of the blanket suddenly feels different. And somehow, your awareness becomes stronger in the darkness, as if your nervous system refuses to fully power down. Some people describe it in very strange ways. They say they feel exhausted, but internally alert, like the body is tired, but the system stays awake. Others describe a feeling of internal tension beneath the skin. Not anxiety exactly, not fear exactly. Just a constant sense that the body never fully lets go, and most people cannot explain why it keeps happening. What makes this even more confusing is how inconsistent it feels. Certain nights seem easier for no obvious reason, then suddenly the symptoms come back even stronger. Different positions create different reactions in the body. Small movements completely change how you feel. And this is where it starts becoming more than random sleep trouble, because many of these strange sensations are quietly connected together. But the reason behind that connection surprises almost everyone. For some people, sleeping on the left side feels comforting. Their breathing seems calmer for a while. Their chest pressure feels lighter against the mattress. The body finally starts loosening its tension slightly. And for a few moments, sleep almost feels possible again. But then other people experience the exact opposite reaction. The same position suddenly creates even more discomfort at night. And this contradiction is where things become deeply confusing. Some people swear a different pillow changed everything temporarily. Others wake up feeling even worse after adjusting their bed. A softer mattress helps one person sleep deeper, but another person suddenly becomes more restless because of it. Even temperature seems to affect the body unpredictably. One night, your body feels calmer under heavy blankets. The next night, the same blanket feels almost unbearable. and most people never understand why these shifts keep happening. This is what makes nighttime symptoms so mentally exhausting. The body refuses to behave consistently from one night to another. You start analyzing every tiny detail before bed. Was it the pillow? Was it the position? Was it something you ate earlier that evening? You begin searching for patterns that never fully make sense because the body keeps changing the rules without warning. One night, your system feels strangely calm and quiet. You finally fall asleep without much resistance at all. You wake up believing the issue may be fading away. Then, the very next night, everything suddenly changes again. Your body feels alert the second you lie down. Your chest becomes more noticeable against the mattress. Your nervous system feels switched back on instantly, almost like your body detected something before you consciously noticed it.
Think about how many times this has happened unexpectedly. You wake up in the middle of the night confused again. Not because of noise, not because of obvious stress, but because something inside your body suddenly reacts. And the strange part is how automatic it feels, as if your system already decided to wake you up beforehand, even while your conscious mind was still asleep. Most people never connect these patterns together properly. They assume each symptom is separate from the others. They blame aging, stress, posture, or random bad sleep. But the body is often responding to something much deeper underneath, something subtle that keeps triggering internal reactions at night. And once you start seeing the pattern clearly, certain nighttime behaviors suddenly begin making much more sense, especially when you understand what the body may be trying to signal next. I'm Dr. William Harris, a sleep specialist, and over the years, I started noticing a strange pattern in adults over 60. Many of them described almost identical nighttime experiences, waking up at the same hours repeatedly without understanding why, feeling physically exhausted but strangely alert once lying down, constantly shifting positions trying to find relief that never lasted, and most of them believed they were simply developing insomnia, but the deeper pattern behind it looked very different. What caught my attention was how similar the symptoms sounded. Even people from completely different lifestyles described the same sensations: pressure that appeared only after lying down for a while, restlessness that intensified in complete silence and darkness, sudden awakenings that felt almost automatic inside the body. Many said they could sense something changing before waking fully, as if the body itself reacted first during the night, and that detail became impossible for me to ignore. At first, many people assumed stress was the entire explanation. Others blamed aging and accepted the exhaustion as normal. Some tried sleeping pills, hoping to quiet the problem temporarily. Others changed mattresses, pillows, or nighttime routines repeatedly. But despite all these adjustments, the same strange cycle continued. Night after night, the body kept responding in similar ways. And this is where the situation became much more interesting clinically, because the pattern was too consistent to be random anymore. Many of these people were not dealing with traditional insomnia at all. They were still physically capable of sleeping deeply. Their bodies were not simply refusing sleep without reason. Instead, something subtle seemed to interrupt the process internally, almost like the body detected instability during the night. Not danger exactly, but enough discomfort to quietly activate alert responses under awareness. And most people never realized their body was doing this automatically. What surprised me most was how invisible the process seemed initially. People often could not explain what they were feeling clearly. They only knew something felt different once they lay down. A strange shift in awareness would begin inside the body. Then the restlessness slowly followed afterward. Then the awakenings started becoming more frequent each week. And over time, the nervous system appeared to become increasingly sensitive, especially during the deepest parts of the night. The body was often reacting to something much more subtle underneath, something connected to physical positioning and internal nighttime signaling, something that could quietly influence breathing, tension, and alertness together. And the more I studied these patterns, the clearer one strange possibility started becoming. The body may not have been malfunctioning at all. It may have been responding to a hidden mismatch during sleep, and that changes how everything else begins to make sense. Here's what surprised me most after years of observing these patterns. This process is usually not random the way people assume, and in many cases, the body is not malfunctioning at all. What feels chaotic on the surface often follows hidden biological patterns. The nervous system reacts in ways that appear confusing at first, but underneath those reactions, the body may actually be trying to help. And once people hear this, their entire understanding of nighttime wake-ups begins shifting immediately. Most people assume their body is suddenly failing after 60. They believe their sleep system simply stopped working correctly with age. Others convince themselves they developed unexplained insomnia overnight. But the body rarely behaves without a reason beneath the surface. In fact, many nighttime reactions are protective responses from the brain, responses designed to keep the body alert during subtle instability, even if the person consciously believes they feel calm and relaxed. And this is where the situation becomes far more interesting biologically. Because the real trigger often goes deeper than stress itself, deeper than anxious thoughts before bed, deeper than simply getting older every passing year. The problem can begin developing through tiny, unnoticed nighttime habits. Habits repeated so consistently, they eventually shape automatic body responses. Most people never suspect these behaviors are affecting sleep internally. They seem harmless when viewed individually during the day, but at night, the body interprets them very differently. Think about how automatic your nighttime routine has become over decades. The same sleeping position night after night without thinking about it. The same shoulder tension carried quietly into bed every evening. The same breathing patterns once your body lies flat in darkness. The same physical pressure points against muscles and nerves for hours. Your conscious mind barely notices these details anymore, but the nervous system keeps monitoring them silently during sleep, especially once the body begins transitioning towards deeper rest.
Over time, these small patterns can train the body unintentionally, not suddenly in one dramatic moment, but gradually enough that most people never see it happening. The nervous system becomes slightly more reactive during the night. The body grows more sensitive to subtle internal discomfort signals, and eventually, certain positions or sensations trigger alert responses automatically, even when no immediate danger actually exists in the environment, and the body can start reacting before sleep even fully begins. This is why some people feel strangely unsettled the moment they lie down. Their chest suddenly feels more noticeable against the mattress underneath them. Their body becomes more alert instead of more relaxed at night. Their legs feel restless for reasons they cannot fully explain. Sometimes the nervous system reacts before the person fully falls asleep, almost like the body already expects instability once darkness arrives. And once this automatic pattern begins repeating consistently, the body can quietly enter a cycle most people never recognize at first. What you're feeling is something I call a night mismatch. This happens when multiple systems inside the body stop syncing properly at night. Your sleeping position begins affecting your internal comfort signals differently. Your breathing patterns shift once the body fully relaxes into the mattress. Pressure builds in subtle areas without you consciously noticing it immediately, and your nervous system quietly starts monitoring those changes in the background. At first, the reactions feel too small to fully understand, but the body notices them long before the mind does. In the beginning, the mismatch feels surprisingly subtle and inconsistent. A strange pressure appears for a few seconds inside the chest. One shoulder suddenly feels uncomfortable against the bed underneath you. Your breathing feels slightly off for no obvious reason at all. You reposition your body, hoping the sensation disappears quickly, and sometimes it actually does improve temporarily for a moment. But then another strange feeling quietly replaces the previous one, and the cycle begins repeating itself again during the night. This is where the nervous system starts becoming deeply involved underneath, because when the body senses this internal mismatch during sleep, it begins triggering automatic protective responses almost immediately afterward. Not dramatic reactions strong enough to fully wake you yet, just small biological signals designed to keep the system responsive. A slight increase in alertness begins developing inside the body. Muscles tighten subtly without conscious control during the night, and your brain starts monitoring physical sensations more intensely than before.
That is when something else quietly begins happening internally. Your system sends what I call a body flip signal. This is an automatic internal signal generated during nighttime instability. Its purpose is simple from the body's perspective underneath. It pushes you to adjust, reposition, or partially wake yourself up, not because the body wants to interrupt sleep intentionally, but because the nervous system senses something no longer feels fully right, and the body responds before conscious awareness catches up completely. Sometimes the signal appears as a sudden urge to turn over. Other times it feels like unexplained discomfort inside the chest or shoulders. Some people experience a wave of alertness without understanding why. Others suddenly open their eyes seconds before changing positions automatically. Many never even remember these small awakenings happening repeatedly overnight. They only remember waking up exhausted again the next morning, because the reactions occur beneath conscious awareness most of the time. And this is exactly where people misunderstand the process completely. Most people think they wake up first and then start moving afterward. But in many cases, the body reacts before awareness even appears. The nervous system detects instability and activates the body flip signal first. Only afterward does the conscious mind notice something feels wrong. That is why the movements often feel instinctive and immediate at night, almost automatic in a way people struggle to explain logically. And once this hidden cycle begins repeating night after night, the body can slowly become trapped in a deeper pattern few people recognize. This is why some people suddenly begin experiencing acid reflux at night, not always severe enough to feel dramatic immediately, but enough to create subtle irritation once lying down for hours. A burning sensation slowly rises into the chest unexpectedly. The body becomes more aware of pressure inside the upper torso, and the nervous system quietly interprets that discomfort as instability, especially during the deeper phases of sleep late at night. And that reaction can trigger far more than people realize. Other people notice pressure building only on one side of the chest. Sometimes it feels heavier while lying in specific positions overnight. The discomfort shifts depending on how the body rests against the mattress. One shoulder suddenly feels tense or unusually compressed underneath. Deep breaths begin feeling slightly restricted without obvious explanation. Not enough to create panic during the night immediately, but enough for the body to stay partially alert beneath awareness. And this is where the body flip signal often begins appearing. Some people describe a strange inability to fully settle physically at night. Their legs feel restless, even though the body feels exhausted. They keep stretching, shifting, and repositioning without understanding why. One side feels uncomfortable after a few minutes in bed. Then the opposite side suddenly feels wrong too. The body keeps searching for relief, but never fully finds stability. And over time, this constant movement starts fragmenting sleep repeatedly, even when the person barely remembers waking up afterward.
You've probably experienced nights exactly like this before yourself. Moments where your body keeps trying to correct something internally. You adjust the pillow, hoping the pressure disappears finally. You move your legs, searching for a more comfortable position. You rotate your shoulders, trying to release hidden tension underneath. For a brief moment, your body almost settles down completely. Then another subtle discomfort quietly appears somewhere else again, and the cycle begins restarting before deep sleep fully returns. The body flip signal may be one reason this keeps happening, because the nervous system reacts automatically to subtle nighttime instability. The body attempts to reposition itself before discomfort fully intensifies. That is why the movements often feel instinctive and immediate, not consciously planned by the person lying in bed awake, but triggered internally by signals happening beneath awareness during sleep. And once those signals repeat consistently for long enough, the nervous system can become increasingly reactive throughout the night. But this is only part of what's actually happening underneath, because certain nighttime habits quietly intensify these reactions over time. Habits most people would never suspect could affect sleep biologically. Small behaviors repeated every evening without much conscious thought at all. And after 60, the body becomes far more sensitive to these patterns. recovery slows while nighttime instability becomes easier to trigger internally, which means certain seemingly harmless habits can amplify the body flip signal. And the worst part is that most people repeat them every single night. And once this cycle quietly begins inside the body, most people accidentally start making the situation even worse at night. Not because they are doing something obviously dangerous or unhealthy, but because the nervous system becomes increasingly sensitive to attention itself. The more the body reacts, the more awareness starts focusing inward, and that heightened awareness slowly feeds the cycle underneath, especially during those silent hours when everything else becomes still. And most people never realize this is happening in real time. You try forcing yourself to relax harder than before. You consciously loosen your shoulders against the mattress underneath you. You attempt slowing your breathing manually in the darkness. You keep telling yourself to stop thinking and fall asleep already. But the harder you push for sleep to happen naturally, the more tension quietly builds inside the nervous system instead. And your body starts interpreting that tension as another instability signal, which quietly strengthens the body flip response during the night. Then the hyper-awareness begins taking over more intensely each evening. You notice every heartbeat pressing against the pillow beneath your head. Every tiny movement suddenly feels impossible to ignore completely. You become aware of your breathing in uncomfortable detail at night. Even small physical sensations feel amplified in the silence around you. The blanket feels heavier than normal against your chest suddenly. The mattress pressure becomes strangely noticeable beneath your shoulders and hips. And your nervous system stays partially alert, watching everything constantly. Most people also begin checking the clock repeatedly during the night. They wake briefly and immediately look toward the glowing numbers nearby. 2:13 a.m., 3:07 a.m., 3:42 a.m. again. And each time the brain starts anticipating another difficult night ahead. The body learns those nighttime hours as periods of instability and alertness, and the cycle quietly deepens without the person realizing it consciously. Over time, sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented than before. The body stops fully sinking into deep restorative rest consistently. Small awakenings begin happening over and over throughout the night. Some last only a few seconds beneath conscious awareness entirely. Others pull the person fully awake without understanding why it happened. The nervous system never fully powers down the way it should. Instead, it remains partially active, monitoring the body for instability signals. And this constant internal vigilance slowly drains the body every morning. That is why people often wake up feeling exhausted after long nights. They spent hours physically lying in bed without truly restoring themselves deeply. The body kept reacting internally the entire time, beneath awareness. Small tension spikes, position changes, subtle alert responses repeating again and again through the night. And once this invisible cycle becomes deeply conditioned into the nervous system, breaking it requires understanding one critical trigger most people completely overlook. And this is exactly why some people started searching for natural ways to calm this response at night. Not by forcing the body into heavy sedation artificially, not by trying to completely shut the brain down chemically, because many eventually realized the real issue felt deeper than simple sleeplessness. Their body was reacting automatically beneath conscious awareness during the night. And unless that internal reaction started calming down naturally, the cycle kept repeating itself over and over after dark, especially during the most vulnerable hours of sleep. What many people began looking for instead was a different approach entirely, something designed to support the body rather than overpower it forcefully. Methods focused on reducing the body flip signal gradually over time, helping the nervous system feel safer and more stable during sleep, allowing the body to stop overreacting to subtle nighttime discomfort signals. And interestingly, this shift changes how many people think about sleep completely.
because the goal stops becoming forcing unconsciousness every single night and starts becoming restoring internal nighttime stability inside the body again.
Some sleep specialists now recommend specific nighttime support methods for this reason. Approaches designed to help the body maintain calmer internal sleep signaling, especially for adults over 60 dealing with repeated nighttime wake-ups. Not aggressive solutions meant to overpower the nervous system entirely, but more supportive strategies aimed at reducing internal instability gradually. Methods focused on helping the body remain settled for longer periods overnight. And for many people, that subtle difference changes everything underneath, because the nervous system finally stops feeling constantly interrupted during sleep. Interestingly, many people report noticing small changes before major ones appear. They begin waking up slightly fewer times throughout the night. Their body feels less reactive once lying down in darkness. The urge to constantly reposition slowly becomes less intense. Their chest pressure feels less noticeable against the mattress overnight. Some even describe a strange feeling of quietness returning internally, as if the nervous system finally stopped monitoring every sensation constantly. And those subtle shifts often happen before sleep fully improves overall. The important part is that nothing is being forced aggressively here. The body is simply receiving support to calm unnecessary nighttime reactions. And once the body flip signal becomes less active internally, many people notice deeper sleep starts happening more naturally again. Not perfectly overnight for everyone experiencing these patterns, but enough for the nervous system to stop remaining hyper-alert constantly. And this is where many finally begin understanding something critical. The body may have been trying to protect itself the entire time. There's a reason more people have started paying attention to this approach recently, because it focuses on reducing the hidden instability driving the nighttime cycle underneath, not just masking symptoms temporarily while the body keeps reacting internally. And one particular nighttime support method keeps appearing in those conversations repeatedly, especially among adults struggling with sudden 3 a.m. wake-ups after 60. Many describe it as helping the body feel calmer and more settled overnight. There's more information about that specific approach in the pinned comment below. And what it targets inside the nervous system surprises most people completely. If this has been happening to you night after night, you are not imagining these sensations inside your body. The wake-ups feel real because your nervous system is truly reacting. The discomfort is not something you simply made up mentally. And perhaps most importantly, this is not a personal failure either. Your body is not betraying you intentionally during the night. In many cases, it may actually be attempting to protect itself, even if those reactions end up exhausting you by morning. Most people spend years blaming themselves for these nighttime struggles. They believe they are too stressed, too sensitive, or too anxious. Others assume aging permanently damaged their ability to sleep deeply again. But the body rarely creates these patterns without an underlying reason, especially when the same wake-ups repeat at nearly identical hours nightly. That kind of consistency usually points toward hidden biological conditioning underneath. And once people begin understanding this, their fear often starts decreasing immediately, because the body suddenly stops feeling random and unpredictable anymore. Your system may simply be reacting to signals it interprets as instability, signals connected to tension, positioning, breathing, and internal nighttime awareness together. The nervous system detects subtle discomfort long before conscious thought appears, and once that process starts repeating for enough nights consecutively, the body begins anticipating those reactions automatically after dark each evening. That is why many people feel alert before fully understanding why internally. The body already learned to stay partially responsive during sleep itself, and most people never realize this conditioning quietly developed over time. In other words, your body may not be fighting against you at all. It may actually believe it is helping protect you while you sleep.
The body flip signal is often an automatic protective reaction underneath awareness, a response meant to reposition the body away from perceived instability signals, not because true danger exists in the room around you, but because the nervous system interprets certain internal sensations as off at night. And once people finally understand that distinction clearly for the first time, many describe feeling immediate emotional relief from years of confusion. Suddenly, the strange awakenings begin making more sense biologically. The repeated position changes stop feeling completely random and meaningless. The chest pressure, restless legs, and nighttime alertness start connecting together logically. Even the exact timing of those wake-ups becomes easier to understand, because the body has often been following hidden internal patterns all along, patterns driven by subtle instability signals beneath conscious awareness during sleep. And once those patterns are recognized properly, people often begin looking at their nighttime habits very differently afterwards. But here is the part most people still never hear explained clearly. The real cause of a night mismatch goes much deeper than discomfort alone, deeper than posture by itself, deeper than stress by itself. There are specific nighttime habits that quietly intensify these instability signals internally, habits millions of adults repeat every evening without suspecting the consequences. And one particular nighttime support method keeps appearing in those conversations repeatedly, especially among adults struggling with sudden 3 a.m. wake-ups after 60.